Sherlock Holmes, Addams Family, Double World, and Harry Potter are some of the many great movies and TV shows that many people, especially teenagers, love to watch and read to the point where they create numerous fanfictions and fanfiction sites. However, not little argue that these teenagers are simply wasting their time bathing in imagination and writing rubbish. But many others, like Atlanti.com, suggest that fanfiction not only allows readers and writers to share their interests, but it also improves their writing skills. Hello, I am Cecilia Harabela Mardani, and we are now diving into the cosmos of fanfiction. Before we go in depth into how fanfiction helps readers and writers in their literature skills, let's first comprehend what fanfiction really is. According to Equibor.com, fanfiction is a new work of fiction that uses characters, settings, world, or plot from existing popular TV shows, books, plays, games, anime, and donghua, which is usually created by fans who love the original work and want to further explore the lives of the characters they know and love, and the world in which they live in. Most of the time, fans either keep the creator's characters and settings or rewrite some sets while adding new characters to their story. It should be noted that fanfiction is mostly free because the writers create their work based on the love of the original work, and through fanfictions, fans get to live out their most feverish fantasies with their favorite characters. Time travel to the past. Fanfiction was originally used to describe science fiction created by amateur fans throughout the 30s. But this term then changed when Star Trek exploded into pop culture and produced a fanzine before its second season in 1968 called Spocknalia. Through this community, each and every writer and reader were encouraging one another to dive deep into fanfictions of the series. It could be said that it was the holy ground of fanfiction, the root of the willow tree. Then came Harry Potter, which flared on the internet and fanfiction.net, the first site dedicated to all elements of fanfiction. As years passed by, along with hundreds of fanfiction published on fanfiction.net and other news sites such as Wattpad, Archive of Our Own, Comaful, Quotef, Tumblr, and Divine Art, the common people soon realized the existence of this one small community as an ocean of marine. Spoilers, they did not like it. According to an anonymous ex-fanfiction writer, people tend to think that writing fanfiction is lazy, unoriginal, and is a form of plagiarism as they think that everybody has to do something creative or original without using the materials of other people. Diana Gabaldon, author of the Outlander series, said that fanfic writers are stealing an audience they're not entitled to, and even encouraged her readers to not write fanfictions of her book. The dailyform.org, however, disagrees. Quote, "Fanfiction is an underutilized tool for aspiring readers. One of the great things about fanfiction is that it allows readers and authors to explore their passions in productive and useful ways." End quote. Now, the question is, how does it help readers and writers in their literature aspect? Well, in most cases, when someone loves a movie or book so great, they tend to explore more about it and kada-boom! They will find fanfictions online which marks their day one in their fanfiction realm. During this period in which they dig various stories of a certain movie or book, they will be introduced to many authors, writing styles, genre, new words which will thicken their word bank. Most importantly, finding a fandom that one loves will make them more immersed in reading, pick up different writing styles, and soon grasp how stories are written in both plot and characterization. A wise old man once said, "Once you've entered, there's no way out." The same goes for reading and writing. As the reader becomes a writer, they will eventually publish their fanfiction to a fanfiction site they find most comfortable working in. In this process, the writer will gain three benefits. The first, as they write and brainstorm ideas almost every day, their literacy skills will gradually improve. Through an analysis of 61.6 billion words of fanfiction stories and 6 billion words of reviews from fanfiction.net, in search of their complexity of vocabulary, researchers have found that for every 650 reviews writers received, their vocabulary improved as much as if they had aged 1 year. Yes, although trying to write a piece of literature for beginners will undoubtedly be hard at first, but with practice, writers will improve and find their style and genre of writing. Whether it's short stories, novellas, or full-length novels, as well as point of view and storytelling. Second, as fanfiction sites are a uniquely energetic learning environment, people on these websites are teaching one another to write through a kind of sprawling communal learning called distributed mentorship, in which an author frequently receives many small pieces of feedback in the form of review. Writers will also receive a compliment sandwich, as what Moore and Black call, which is a review of slipping negative feedback between a loaf of praise, with only 1% that is non-constructive negative reviews out of a sample of 4,500 reviews on fanfiction.net. But not just that, writing fanfiction teaches something that schools rarely do, which is writing for a real audience, as it helps writers learn how to connect with readers and their expectations. Some of the many fanfiction in the sites that have reached more than 1,000 favorites and kudos are "Excuse Me, I Need to Cut Blood" by Rolling_Dumpling for the Renzafan by Tiju Si Tong, novel and donghua. Reverse Min Yoongi by Lofangs, based on a K-pop idol Min Yoongi, and Bound for Glory by WTOVC from the well-known series and novel Twilight. Just like what Jasper Freud quotes, fanfiction isn't copying, it's a celebration. One long party from the first capital letter to the last full stop. Fanfiction is as good as an original work, teaching both readers and writers in the aspect of literature such as plot, setting, character, point of view, theme, and experience that school does not offer. I am Cecilia Rabela Mardani. Thank you.